Well, Chris, I want to talk a little bit about Justin. Just talk a little bit about your association with him, how you came to know him, and tell folks a little bit about his unfortunate death a few years ago, too.
Well, Justin, he came into our youth ministry as a 7th grader, and his grandfather is a patriarch of our church, and so Justin came in, and it was a lot of fun to watch him grow up. And I found a picture the other day of False Creek when he was in the 7th grade, and you know, just to remember back when he was a lot shorter and smaller, and so, you know, as he went through our ministry, it was fun to watch him develop both spiritually, develop as an athlete, and you know, just watching. It's fun to be a part of kids just as they grow up. As his baseball career developed, I used to say to Justin all the time, I'd say, Justin, all I want are tickets. I'd go, man, I want a big time it. I have a son, and I said, I want to sit next to the dugout, and I want you to come give me high five right after you do something cool. And I want to look at my son and go, there you go, buddy, your dad's cool. And he would just smile and just go, all right, man, I promise, I'll give you tickets. And you know, that his senior year, he really had a great year. And I can still see him on Wednesday nights at our youth service sitting kind of in the middle of the crowd. He was not one of these kids that wanted the spotlight, but he would do something, he would have done something that week in a game, and I would say, you know, compare his hit or something like that to some random point that I was making, and it was just always embarrassing. We were very excited on June 2nd when he was named Baseball Player of the Year. We were wrapping up. I mean, we do a lot of special things with our seniors as they graduate, and we had just moved them that day on June 2nd to a brand new college ministry. So we were meeting at a coffee house close to the church on Sunday morning, and I actually didn't know that he was going to be named Baseball Player of the Year.
Oh, really?
So he wasn't walking around just like, hey, guess what? This is about to happen. And so when it came out, I actually found out when we got to church that day, and I was like, oh my goodness, Justin, congratulations. And so he was very, just thanks about it. He was just very humble. And that was a fun day for all of us because we were really proud of him and excited for him. One funny story about that day was, you know, they went to a restaurant right after church, and all of his buddies, and he went to the bathroom, and all his friends had the paper, and I think there were some newspapers out, and they said, hey, they picked it up, they showed everybody in the restaurant, they said, this guy's about to walk out of the bathroom. And so then when he walked out, everybody was like, woo! They started cheering, and it was just a lot of fun to see that. Well, they had a party for him with family and friends, and I didn't go to that party. We had stuff at church, and then you know, it was just, we were excited for him. He didn't know whether he was going to go in the draft. He didn't know where he was going to go to school, and he was kind of leaning to Rice. But on Monday, about 11:30, the head coach at OU left him a message on his answering machine saying, Justin, we want you to be a Sooner, and you know, it was just there was just a lot of opportunities that were opening up for him. We were at a restaurant, and I get a phone call saying, hey, Justin's been in an accident. I think it's bad. And they said, Baptist Hospital. And I said, okay. So I immediately drove to Baptist Hospital, and thinking, oh man, I'm going to have to talk to Justin about, you know, overcoming an injury, you know, or man, you can do it. I'm thinking of encouraging words I could say to him. Not even expecting, I mean, it's 1:30 in the afternoon, 1:45 or so. And so you know, it's interesting to me how God works, because I was walking into the hospital, I was about to walk in the door, my phone rang. And it was a youth minister friend of mine from Tulsa, and he just said, hey man, just checking on you. How you doing? And I said, I don't know how I'm doing right now. I'll have to call you back. And so I walk in the door, and you know, Sydney, Justin's sister, came running at me, and I just hugged her and there was this man standing next to her, and I said, did he die? It's like, I mean, and he just said yes. And I just couldn't believe it. I could not believe it. And you know, I just couldn't believe it. And Sydney goes, I need to talk to you. And so we go into a room, and just big, beautiful eyes looked at me and said, why? And I said, sweetheart, I don't know.